Bill, I imagine you saw that article in the New York Times.
I did, Grant. Good morning. Greetings from Mordor. I did see it, yes. It's a New York Times article written about how awful it is that the word elite has become a dirty word in American politics, and it's written by Beverly Gage, who's a history professor at Yale. So we start off with that premise. There's a couple things about elites that I think really bear on Second Amendment rights. But first of all, I think the thing people need to understand about these kind of people is an elitist thinks that 10 of the smartest people in the country in one room know more about how the country works than 320 million people out there in real time making real-time decisions with local conditions and all the rest. First of all, if you had the 10 smartest people in America, they're not going to Washington. That's the first thing. But it's this belief that they know more about other people that is what powers this whole thing. And then it's a sense that the fig leaf they use, Grant, is, well, we're doing it for the good of common people. But here's something I've never heard anybody really talk about before, and that is why it seems to be so prevalent among these media and political elites to want to be gun control people. They have their own private security. It's well known that they have their own private security, and they don't want American citizens to have that same level of security. And I kind of think that it's a perk for them. I really do. I think that they look at the ability to defend themselves through a private security agency or a bodyguard is a perk that they get for being politically connected.
But you know what, Bill? There's an awful lot of elitists out there that don't have private security, and they hate guns because they're sheep. They follow the masses, and they follow the folks that go in the Harvard Law School and have their little offices up there surrounded by books, and they think they know better than all of us. They follow the sheep. They have no understanding of what the Second Amendment entails, what it is. I don't think it's because they have security. I think it's because they're idiots.
Well, first of all, my first argument was about the media elites, the people like Dianne Feinstein and all of the movie stars and all the rest who are calling for gun control while their bodyguard sits armed just off camera. But I do want to talk about those other people too, things like college professors who think that if you get rid of guns, you get rid of murder and crime and insanity. You know, Grant, I don't hear many people talking about this. This, to me, is simply based on personal cowardice. And the way I think it works emotionally for them is this. I'm not capable emotionally, physically, mentally of being able to defend myself. Therefore, I don't want anybody else to be able to defend themselves either. I don't think they should have an unfair advantage over me. If I'm not willing to arm myself and take the training necessary and be cool enough in an emergency situation, if I'm not capable of that as a Harvard professor or something, then I don't want anybody else to have that opportunity either.